Yo, what's up everyone? Hope all of you are doing fine. In this video we will go over the in-depth statistics on the Sentinel. So we will cover the base stats of the weapon, what every attachment does, and we will go over the exact lead and bullet drop from 100 to 500 meters. So this is actually the very first video. You can expect that I'll cover one in-depth video like this one per week. Besides that, I will do a bonus video every week where I go over stuff that I want to dig into. For example, what's the impact of latency on the amount you should lead, and how does changing the field of view setting impact the lead. But also, while doing extensive bullet drop testing for the Sentinel, I noticed that the in-game markers aren't accurate. The markers on each sniper scope are supposed to tell you exactly what the bullet drop is from 200 to 500 meters, but it's broken. I'll actually do a video on that in the coming days. Definitely subscribe and turn on those notifications if you want to see more. And by the way, Apex Legends is one of the games where I create this type of content for. TV.Warzone is already more established and actually the first game I did this for. So the website is TV.Warzone.com, and as you may know, Battlefield 2042 is coming out real soon. I haven't released a website yet, but feel free to subscribe if you already know you'll be getting the game. All links in the description. Okay, so let's take a look. We are currently on TV.Apexlegends.com and the page about the Sentinel. There are 4 attachments for the Sentinel. We have the scope, the extended sniper mag, sniper stock and the dead eyes tempo. Each of these impacts the weapon mechanics in a unique way. So the scopes penalize the aim down sight speed. The extended sniper mag lets you have more rounds in a magazine, which also impacts the fire rate, thus the damage per second. And the sniper stock is by far the most important attachment. It impacts the aim drift, the empty reload, the holster and draw speed, and the fire rate, thus the damage per second. Lastly, we have the dead eyes tempo, which impacts the tactical reload. Then we will cover some statistics which don't get influenced by any of the attachments, like the bullet drop and lead and the hip fire accuracy. Well, let's first go over some of the base stats and bullet drop and lead. The Sentinel has a bullet velocity of 818 meters per second. If I compare this to some of the faster snipers in Call of Duty Warzone, it's very clear that's way harder to hit moving targets in Apex as opposed to Warzone. There can be easily a gap of 400 meters per second. Just to give you a rough idea for Apex, let's take a look at one of these sheets. Let's say a target is sprinting perpendicular to you at a distance of 200 meters. Let's take a look at the 8 times variable sniper scope, for example. Look at the second row with 200 meters. You will have to lead by about 169 centimeters or 5.5 feet. That's quite a lot. At 500 meters, so at the 5th row, you'll have to lead by about 420 centimeters, which is close to 14 feet. So it's pretty hard to hit sprinting targets. Did you know that the sniper scope, so the 6x, the variable 4 to 8 and the variable 4 to 10 have dynamic bullet drop marks? The horizontal lines are supposed to tell you exactly how much the bullet drop is at 200 to 500 meters in increments of 100 meters. Let's take a look at the digital sniper scope. So the first line is supposed to be the marker at 200 meters, then 300 meters, 400 meters, 500 meters. They even implemented a feature where if you aim up or aim down, the lines move a little bit so they compensate for the bullet drop. But it's a very nice feature if it works, but it's broken. I tested this extensively with the Sentinel and multiple sniper scopes, and also tested it with different field of view settings, but it's just broken. So kind of shitty, but you can use the sheets instead. I'll do an in-depth video this week. I want to see if the Longbow and other weapons do have it implemented correctly. But anyway, you can save any of these sheets on your phone. If you're visiting the website on your phone, just hold the image and you'll be able to save it. Don't use it while gaming, you'll most likely die, but it does help a lot if your muscle memory stops working or if you strictly play with certain rifles, but would like to try another one. Don't forget to subscribe or drop a like, algorithm, whatever. So let's take a look at scopes. Adding a scope penalizes the aim down sight speed, but we also have another attachment, the stock, which gives you a bonus on the ADS. So the first row in the first column shows you what the aim down sight speed is without a stock, which is 300 milliseconds. So the second, third and fourth row show you what the penalty is when you add a scope, but no sniper stock. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit actually. If you use the 1 times, 2 times or variable 1 to 2 times scope, the ADS will get penalized by 50 milliseconds. The 3 times and variable 2 to 4 times will penalize it by 100 milliseconds. And the 6 times, 4 to 8 times and 4 to 10 times will penalize it by 200 milliseconds. I do have to note that the 6x might be a bit faster in some situations, but I still have to test it more extensively. Until then, I placed it in this bracket, which in most cases it will be in anyways. let's move up a column. The sniper stock level 1 gives you a bonus of 50 milliseconds and remains 50 milliseconds no matter the scope you use. So we just went from 300 milliseconds to 250 milliseconds. Now if you add 1x, 2x or variable 1 to 2x, you'll get penalized by 50 milliseconds, which gets you to 300 milliseconds, etc. The level 2 sniper stock has a bonus of 67 milliseconds if you compare it to the ADS speed of the base weapon without any attachments, and the level 3 sniper stock has a bonus of 87 milliseconds. There's one weird stat which clearly has an additional bonus. The sniper stock level 3 combined with one of these sniper scopes gets you a penalty of 150 milliseconds instead of 200 milliseconds. I'm curious to see if this is also the case for other weapons, but we will have to wait for that. In regards to just aim down sight speed, it actually matters most for people that like to quickscope or are targeting enemies up to 100 meters, where you might be fighting enemies that run assault rifles or LMGs, for example. Now, anything further than 100 meters and it will be hard for them to hit you anyways, and if you're quite a passive player, then the penalty on the ADS speed doesn't really matter in my opinion. But the aim drift is quite bad without a stock, which makes it pretty much unusable if you're a passive sniper. Aim drift is where the weapon moves up and down and from side to side when you're scoped in. The level 1 sniper stock adds quite a nice bonus of 35% less aim drift. The jump from the level 1 to level 2 sniper stock is just 15%, and the sniper stock level 3 reduces the aim drift by 80% if you compare it to the base weapon. Now in other games you're usually able to hold your breath while sniping, which eliminates the aim drift entirely, but in Apex we aren't able to do so, so definitely make sure to grab a stock. If we scroll down a bit and take a look at the tactical reload, this one gets impacted by the dead eyes tempo. I mean, it's just a bonus of about 16%, and you have to perfectly time your shots to get this bonus. A tactical reload, by the way, is when you're reloading a single bullet. So the Sentinel is a bolt action sniper rifle, and an empty reload is when you have to switch magazines. So the sniper stock also reduces the empty reload. Again, no crazy bonuses, but it's really nice that one attachment touches so many characteristics. You'll also get a bonus on the holster and draw speed. I tested this one where you specifically holster the Sentinel and draw the Sentinel and don't switch it to your primary or secondary weapon. As we all know, if you holster your weapon, you'll be able to run faster. I assume this also benefits the times you need to switch from your Sentinel to another weapon, but don't have the data on that yet, but I should start doing that as soon as possible. Let's take a look at the damage profiles. I think the Sentinel has quite a decent damage profile. There are other snipers out there that do more damage, but it's decent. You can also choose to charge the Sentinel by using 2 shield cells, which increases the damage by about 25%. I didn't test this just yet, so all numbers are based on the base damage profile. I won't go over each stat over here, but there are some things worth telling. So first of all, hip firing is very accurate at 5 meters distance. Definitely don't even bother trying to scope in when you have this weapon out and you run across someone with a close range weapon. I still have to test the damage per second on close range weapons, but what I do know is that the Sentinel without any attachments takes 717 milliseconds to holster or draw. So this is close to a second. Add the time to grab your other weapon and you are most likely almost, if not already, dead. So just take the shot while hip firing, use your movement skills, and while doing that switch to your other weapon and finish it off. Second of all, you'll be way more accurate when crouching than standing. I absolutely did not notice. Just take a look at this one, for example. When you're standing and aiming at the body, you'll more or less hit 70% of your shots. So that's this one. Now let me scroll. Can I scroll a bit down? Oh yeah, this is better. While when crouching, you will hit pretty much all of your shots at 95%. And lastly, it's quite accurate up to 10 meters distance. The damage per second, first of all the base damage, so 140 to the head, 70 to the body and 63 to the legs. So the damage per second gets influenced by the extended sniper magazine and the sniper stock. In these tests I keep shooting for a minute and count how many times I can fire within that minute, and this way we also know what the impact is of tactical reloads and empty reloads, and for now it seems like the fairest method to me, but maybe it can change in the future. So the extended sniper magazine is the attachment that impacts the damage per second the most, and the sniper stock does also make a difference, but nothing too crazy. But if we combine the extended sniper mag plus the stock, you'll obviously get the best results, and this is what that would look like. So no attachments at all will give you a fire rate of 28, and having both attachments as level 3 will get you 5 more rounds per minute and will bring it up to 33 rounds per minute. This will also impact the damage per second. If we take a look at the base model, it's 65 to the head, 33 to the body, and 29 to the legs. This is damage per second. And if we compare that to the base model plus the extended sniper magazine plus the sniper stock, both level 3, then you'll get 77, 39 and 35 to the legs. I would say the impact isn't significant. I believe this is a stat that's mainly interesting to see with automatic weapons and when comparing two weapons, but for now I have just this one, so I don't have much to add here. As mentioned before, I'll be uploading 2 videos per week for the first couple of weeks. 1 video per week like this one, and an additional video where I go over surprising stats or whatever I find interesting. I'm still in the process of making some of the testing a bit more efficient. My goal is to start doing multiple videos per week and also do videos where we compare weapons to each other. That's kind of the point of collecting all this data. And the next one is the Wingman. If you like to get notified, subscribe and click on that bell, or subscribe to the newsletter via the website. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and see you in the next one. Peace out.